dearest soul, take a deep breath. Right here, right now, know this truth. A miracle is not something distant or far away. It is not something you chase. It is something that is already growing, quietly, gently within you. You are on the brink of a beautiful transformation, and all the universe needs is your willingness to believe. You may not feel that way right now. Maybe you've been told otherwise by people who could not see your true value. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and believed the lie that you needed to be more beautiful, more successful, more together. But let me gently remind you of a higher truth. There is nothing missing in you, nothing broken, nothing lacking. The essence of who you are is already complete. So many of us walk through life believing we're not enough. We chase validation, relationships, achievements, and approval, hoping that once we get there, we will finally feel worthy. But worthiness is not something to earn, it is something to remember. The truth is, you were born whole. The moment you arrived into this world, you carried the fullness of life within you. You didn't need to speak, perform, or prove. You simply were, and that was enough. Over time, we forget this truth. We gather wounds, we carry labels, we pick up pain from others and start to believe it's ours. And slowly, we build a false identity, a version of ourselves shaped by fear, guilt, rejection, or shame. But underneath it all, your light still shines. It has never left you. No experience, no heartbreak, no loss has the power to destroy your core. The spirit within you is eternal, remains untouched by the chaos around you. You do not need to wait for someone else to love you in order to feel lovable. You do not need a title or an award to feel accomplished. You do not need to reach some invisible standard of perfection to be worthy of peace. Right now, as you are, in this very breath, you are enough. You are whole. Healing begins when we stop looking outside of ourselves for the missing pieces and instead turn inward. It is not always easy, especially when the noise of the world keeps insisting that you should be different. But within the quiet, within the stillness, you can hear your true self whisper, I have always been with you. I have always been whole. When you begin to accept this truth, your life shifts. You no longer beg for scraps of love. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You stop apologizing for your existence. Instead, you begin to walk with grace. You speak with power. You live with dignity. Because you know the truth of who you are, and you no longer let anyone, including yourself, deny it. Being whole doesn't mean you'll never feel pain. It doesn't mean your life will be perfect. Wholeness isn't about having no flaws. It's about embracing your humanity fully, lovingly, without judgment. You can be whole and still have healing to do. You can be whole and still feel sadness or fear. But you no longer see those emotions as weaknesses. You see them as part of the beautiful, sacred experience of being alive. Your wholeness includes your tears and your triumphs. It includes your mistakes and your moments of brilliance. You do not have to exile any part of yourself to be worthy. The parts of you that you've rejected, hidden, or judged, those parts are crying out not to be erased, but to be embraced. When you welcome them home with love, you reclaim your power. You gather every fragment and remember that you were never shattered. You were always whole, even when you forgot. And so, begin now. Take a breath and place your hand on your heart. Feel its rhythm. Feel the life within you. That is not just a physical heartbeat. It is the song of your soul. It is the evidence of something divine moving through you. It is proof that even when you feel alone, even when you doubt your path, you are being guided and held by something greater. Speak to yourself gently. I am whole. I am worthy. I am love in human form. Say it not because everything feels perfect, but because it is the truth, even when it's hard to believe. Say it until your inner child believes it. Say it until your body relaxes. Say it until your mind surrenders its resistance and your spirit rises in recognition. Wholeness is not a destination, it is a return. A return to yourself, a return to peace, a return to love. No matter what you've gone through, no matter how far you feel from your center, you are already whole. And the more you allow yourself to believe it, the more your life will begin to reflect it. So walk forward now, not searching for your worth, but embodying it. Not chasing your value, but living from it. Everything you need is already inside you. Everything you are looking for is already here. You are already whole, and that is the miracle. Right here, right now, in this breath you are taking, is the only moment that truly exists. The past is gone. It lives only in memory. The future is not yet here. It exists only in imagination. But this moment, this precious sacred moment, is real. It is alive, and it holds everything you need. So often we spend our lives trapped in the stories of yesterday or the worries of tomorrow. We replay past mistakes. We revisit old wounds. We regret what was or mourn what could have been. And in the same breath, we anxiously peer into the future, trying to control what's ahead, fearing what might go wrong, or striving towards some future version of ourselves that finally feels enough. But in doing so, we miss the one place where life is actually happening. Now, the present moment is where your power lives. It's where your healing happens. It's where peace, clarity, and transformation are born. Everything you've been seeking, whether it's love, purpose, joy, or safety, can only ever be felt and experienced in this moment, not in the one you had yesterday and not in the one you're chasing tomorrow. When you return to the now, you return to yourself. This moment may seem small or quiet, but it is filled with infinite potential. With one conscious breath, you can calm your nervous system. With one new thought, you can shift your energy. With one kind word to yourself, you can soften the inner critic. That is the power of presence. It allows you to reclaim your life from the distractions, the noise, and the chaos. You may think you need to have it all figured out, but you don't. You only need to be here, fully, gently, with love. The present moment does not demand perfection from you. It asks only for your attention. It invites you to slow down, to breathe, to listen, not to the opinions of others, not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet wisdom inside of you, the wisdom that knows what you need, what you feel, and who you are. When you are present, you become a powerful creator. You can choose your thoughts instead of reacting automatically. You can observe your emotions without letting them control you. You can make conscious decisions instead of living by default. In presence, you are free. Free from the weight of the past, free from the pressure of the future, free to just be. You begin to notice the beauty around you, the light in the sky, the rhythm of your breath, the miracle of being alive. And in those small moments of awareness, a quiet joy begins to rise. A sense of peace that says everything is okay, just as it is. That peace does not come from the world, it comes from your presence in it. And if pain exists in this moment, that's okay too. You don't have to run from it. You don't have to fix it right away. You can sit with it, breathe through it, and allow it to move. The present moment doesn't ask you to suppress your feelings. It gives you the space to feel them fully and then to release them. It is your sanctuary, your sacred meeting place with your own soul. Try this. Close your eyes. Breathe in slowly and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? No judgment, no fixing, just noticing, just being with what is. That is presence. That is power. The more you practice coming home to the now, the more life begins to respond. Opportunities flow more easily. Relationships feel more authentic. Creativity arises without force. That's because when you are fully here, you are in alignment with life itself. You're no longer pushing against the current. You're flowing with it. Remember, you don't have to earn the right to be present. You don't need to wait until things are perfect. You don't need to be in a quiet room with candles and soft music. You can be present in the middle of a messy day, in the middle of heartbreak, in the middle of laughter. Presence is available to you always because you are the presence. When your mind begins to wander, gently guide it back, not with harshness, but with compassion. Say to yourself, come back home. This moment is enough. I am enough. That's how you create peace. That's how you begin to live instead of merely existing. Right now, this breath, this heartbeat, this awareness, it is all a gift. The only moment you truly have. And in this moment, you have the power to choose love over fear, peace over worry, trust over control. The power is in the present moment. And the present moment is in you. Your beliefs are the silent architects of your reality. They shape your thoughts, influence your emotions, and guide your actions. Whether you are aware of them or not, they are always at work, creating the lens through which you view the world and your place in it. And what you hold to be true, especially about yourself, has a direct impact on the life you experience. If you believe you are unworthy, you will subconsciously seek situations that affirm that belief. You may tolerate mistreatment, stay in unfulfilling relationships, or shrink from opportunities that could change your life. Not because those are your only options, but because your inner world is echoing a message of lack and limitation. You'll find what you expect. You will attract what you feel you deserve. You'll become the version of yourself that aligns with the story you've been telling. But the beautiful truth is, beliefs are not set in stone. They are not your identity. They are choices. Thoughts you've repeated enough times that they've become patterns. And any pattern, no matter how long it has lived within you, can be changed. You are never stuck. You are never doomed to live out a belief that doesn't serve your highest good. You have the power to choose a new thought, to plant a new seed, to grow a new truth. What you believe, you become. You begin to believe that you are worthy of love. Love finds you in the way others treat you, but more importantly, in the way you treat yourself. When you believe that you are capable, you start taking steps forward with more confidence. You stop doubting every decision. You stop apologizing for your presence. You start showing up for your life as if you belong, because deep down, you finally know that you do. The mind is powerful. It will always seek to prove your beliefs right. If you believe the world is against you, you will see only obstacles. If you believe you are supported, you will begin to notice synchronicities and signs. If you believe healing is possible, you will start to move in ways that align with that possibility. Not because life has changed, but because you have. You must understand your beliefs are like the soil in which your reality grows. What you plant there, nurtured with attention and repetition, becomes your experience. That is why affirmations can be so life-changing. When spoken with feeling and consistency, they help you replace limiting beliefs with empowering truths. Words become thoughts. and thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs become your life. If you've been holding on to beliefs that tell you you're not good enough, not smart enough, not attractive enough, I invite you to let them go. Not because they were never there, but because they were never true. Someone else may have handed you those beliefs when you were too young to question them, but now you have the power to rewrite your story. Start small. Begin with one belief. Choose to believe that you are allowed to feel peace. Choose to believe that good things are possible for you. Choose to believe that you are not your past. And as you do, you will begin to see your life respond. Slowly at first, and then more clearly. Like a flower turning toward the sun, your life will start to blossom in the direction of your new belief. And when doubts arise, and they will, don't fight them with force. Meet them with compassion. Gently remind yourself, I am choosing a new belief. I am learning to see myself differently. I am worthy of good things. Over time, this becomes your truth, and your truth becomes your identity. What you believe about yourself becomes the foundation of your decisions. If you believe you are powerful, you stop waiting for permission. If you believe you are lovable, you stop chasing people who don't see your light. If you believe your voice matters, you begin to speak up. And when your actions shift, your entire life begins to reflect the inner transformation. This is how you create change, not by fixing yourself, but by believing in the wholeness that was always there. The more you believe in your value, your strength, your intuition, your beauty, the more you will embody it, not with arrogance, but with quiet certainty. And others will feel it too. They will sense the energy of someone who knows who they are and who is no longer willing to betray themselves for acceptance or approval. So ask yourself often, what do I believe about me, about life, about love? And if the answer does not feel kind or empowering, choose again. You are not bound to any belief that dims your light. Because in the end, what you believe, you become. And you are always one new belief away from becoming the version of yourself you were born to be. There is a sacred rhythm to life, a divine exchange that asks us to let go in order to make room for something new. Just as the trees release their leaves in autumn to prepare for new growth in spring, we too are called to release what no longer serves us so we can receive what our hearts truly desire. You cannot welcome abundance with clenched fists. You cannot step into peace while holding tightly to pain. To receive, you must release. Letting go is not weakness. It is not giving up. It is an act of trust. Trust that what has ended has served its purpose. Trust that your soul knows what it's doing. Trust that life is guiding you to something greater, even if you can't yet see it. The things you hold on to out of fear, obligation, or habit may feel familiar, but they often block the flow of the very blessings you are calling in. We hold on for many reasons. We hold on to relationships that feel heavy because we're afraid of being alone. We hold on to guilt from the past, thinking that if we punish ourselves long enough, somehow we'll be forgiven. We hold on to old identities because they give us a sense of control, even when they no longer feel true. But what if that letting go is not a loss, but a gift? To release is to create space. Space for clarity, for alignment, for joy. Imagine a room so full of clutter, there's no room to breathe. That's what it's like when we carry emotional baggage. Our hearts become crowded, our energy drained. But when we release what is not ours to carry, we lighten our spirit, we free our mind, we allow grace to enter. This is true for all areas of life. If you want to receive love, release the belief that you are unworthy of it. If you want to receive abundance, release the fear that there is not enough. If you want to receive healing, release the need to be perfect. When you surrender the fear, the resistance, the limiting beliefs, you open the floodgates to miracles. Releasing is not something you do once. It's a daily practice. It's choosing moment by moment to no longer be defined by what hurt you, shamed you, or held you back. It's breathing deeply and saying, I choose peace over pain. I choose freedom over fear. I choose love over lack. You may not even realize how much you're holding. Sometimes the tightness shows up as tension in the body, anxiety in the mind, or restlessness in the soul. The energy of holding on weighs heavily. But the moment you release, the body softens. The mind clears, the heart expands. You are no longer fighting life. You are flowing with it. And here's the truth. What is meant for you cannot pass you by. You do not need to chase, force, or cling. You simply need to align with your highest self and allow life to meet you where you are. Releasing is not about lack, it's about trust. It's about knowing that the universe loves you too much to let you settle, that every ending is making room for a better beginning, that what you give up in fear, you receive back multiplied in love. Sometimes what you release may not be a thing, but a thought, a belief that says, you're too late, too broken, too behind, let it go. Those stories were written by fear, not by truth. The truth is you are always evolving, always growing, always deserving of more. And every time you release an old narrative, you reclaim your power to write a new one. To release is to forgive, not just others, but yourself. To say, I did the best I could with what I knew. And now I choose to move forward with grace. Forgiveness is one of the greatest acts of receiving. It returns your energy to you. It sets you free. As you release, notice the shift. You may feel lighter, clearer, more connected. That's not a coincidence. That's alignment. That's your soul remembering its natural state of openness and joy. You were never meant to carry so much. You were meant to live freely, love deeply, and receive abundantly. So today, ask yourself gently, what am I ready to release? A fear, a habit, a memory, a person. Breathe it out. Bless it. Let it go. And then get ready to receive. Receive peace. Receive clarity. Receive abundance. Receive miracles. Life will always meet you at the level of your willingness to let go. When you create space, life fills it with beauty. When you surrender the old, the new rises to meet you. Release to receive, and trust that what's coming is more aligned, more joyful, and more fulfilling than you ever imagined. With every thought you think, every word you speak, every emotion you feel, your body is paying attention. It is your most faithful companion, responding, reflecting, and reacting to your inner world. The cells in your body are not separate from your consciousness. They are intimately connected to your beliefs, your moods, and the stories you tell yourself every single day. When you speak words of love, your body softens. When you think thoughts of peace, your heart beats in rhythm with ease. But when you carry fear, resentment, or shame, your body contracts, it tightens. It whispers to you, sometimes gently, sometimes urgently. Your body does not lie. It holds what the mind tries to suppress. It carries the emotions you ignore. It mirrors the energy you feed it. So many people walk through life disconnected from their bodies, pushing, punishing, judging, and ignoring the very vessel that gives them life. We rush, we overwork, we criticize every wrinkle, every pound, every perceived flaw, and yet the body never stops trying to support us. It keeps breathing. It keeps healing. It keeps hoping we'll come back home to it with kindness. Your body is not your enemy. It is your sacred home. When you say, I am tired, your body hears, we need rest. When you say, I'm ugly, your body hears, we are unworthy. When you say, I'm so sick of this, your body hears, we are under attack. It responds by manifesting the energy you affirm. That is how powerful your words are. What if you started saying something new? What if instead of criticizing your body, you began to thank it? Thank you, legs, for carrying me. Thank you, lungs, for breathing life into me. Thank you, heart, for beating steadily, even when I'm hurting. Thank you, body, for loving me, even when I forget how to love you back. These simple shifts in awareness are healing. Your body listens, and it responds to love far more powerfully than to fear. When you nourish it with healthy thoughts, gentle movement, laughter, hydration, rest, and gratitude, it begins to glow from within, not just in appearance, but in energy. Because when your inner dialogue is kind, your outer reality reflects that harmony. Pain is a messenger. Illness is a signal. Tension is a voice trying to get your attention. Instead of resenting what you feel, try listening. Ask your body, what are you trying to tell me? Maybe the fatigue is asking you to slow down. Maybe the tightness in your chest is an old grief that's ready to be released. Maybe the headache is the pressure of perfectionism that needs to soften. Your body holds wisdom that the mind often overlooks. Learning to listen to your body means developing a relationship with yourself, a relationship based on trust, respect, and compassion. When something feels off, don't push through it. Pause. Reflect, heal. Your body wants to support you, but it needs your cooperation. Loving your body doesn't mean pretending it's perfect. It means honoring it just as it is while caring for it with intention. Speak words that uplift. Think thoughts that heal. Release emotions that no longer serve you. Movement, stillness, breath. These are the ways we commune with the body. It doesn't need punishment. It needs presence. If you are facing illness or discomfort, be gentle with yourself. You did not fail. Your body is not broken. It is simply asking for your attention. Wrap yourself in compassion. Speak healing into your cells. Visualize light pouring into the areas that ache. Surround yourself with affirmations that soothe and empower. I trust my body's wisdom. I allow healing to flow through me. I am patient. I am whole. I am supported. Never underestimate the healing power of kindness, especially toward yourself. Miracles happen when love replaces fear. Healing begins the moment you stop fighting your body and start listening to it. The body has its own intelligence, its own rhythm, and its own timing. Trust it. You don't have to micromanage every process. You just have to care. Care enough to rest. Care enough to move. Care enough to speak softly to yourself in moments of struggle. Care enough to stay present. Your body remembers everything your mind forgets. Every trauma, every joy, every word you've repeated, it's all stored within. That's why self-love is not just an emotional act. It's physical too. It's a full-body commitment to honoring your life force. So, place your hand over your heart and breathe deeply. Feel that steady beat? That is life saying, I'm still with you. That is your body whispering, I'm still listening. Now what will you say? Even when things feel uncertain, even when you can't see the whole path, even when the waiting stretches longer than you hoped, trust, there is a divine intelligence at work. One that is always unfolding the perfect sequence of your soul's journey. It may not always be clear to the human mind, but your heart knows, deep within you, there is a quiet understanding that everything is happening exactly as it needs to. We often believe that life must follow a certain timeline. We compare ourselves to others. We think we're late if we don't have the job, the relationship, the house, the recognition by a certain age. But the truth is, your journey is yours alone. You are not late. You are not early. You are right on time. The seasons of your life do not have to match anyone else's. And the most beautiful things in life are often the ones that take time. A flower does not rush to bloom. A seed knows that it must rest in the darkness before breaking through the soil. There is power in patience. There is wisdom in surrender. And there is peace in knowing that your life is not a race. It is a sacred unfolding. Every delay you've faced, every detour you've taken, every unanswered prayer has shaped you in ways you couldn't have imagined. Nothing is ever wasted. Sometimes not getting what you want is the very thing that protects you. Sometimes the things that don't happen are the greatest blessings of all. And sometimes the waiting is preparing you for something far greater than what you asked for. Trusting the timing of your life means releasing control. It means loosening your grip on how you think things should be and opening your heart to how they are. It means finding gratitude in the now, even if the now is messy, uncertain, or quiet. Because this moment, as it is, holds the seed of your next becoming. You are being guided even when you can't see it. You are being led even when the path feels unclear. The universe is orchestrating connections, opportunities, and blessings on your behalf. Your job is not to force, chase, or beg. Your job is to stay aligned, to stay open, to stay faithful. Every season of your life has a purpose. The times of growth, the times of stillness, the times of heartbreak, the times of healing, they all matter. They all contribute to who you are becoming. And just because it's not happening now doesn't mean it won't happen. Sometimes the things you desire most are being delayed, not denied. You see, timing isn't just about when, it's also about who you'll be when it comes. The right thing at the wrong time can create pain. But the right thing at the right time feels effortless. It fits, it flows, it unfolds with grace. That's why your inner work matters so much. That's why patience is powerful, because when you become ready, life meets you where you are. You do not need to rush. You do not need to panic. You are not behind. You are in the divine process of becoming. Each day you are learning, growing, healing, evolving. You are being shaped into someone who can receive what they've prayed for without losing themselves. That is divine timing. So if you're in a season of waiting, trust it. If doors are closing, bless them. If you're feeling lost, breathe. This too is a sacred part of your path. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. There are things aligning for you that you cannot yet see. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. Don't abandon yourself in the waiting. Don't lose faith because you haven't seen the results yet. The universe operates on a frequency of alignment, not urgency. It doesn't respond to your worry. It responds to your energy. So ground yourself in peace. Affirm daily, I trust the process of my life. I am in perfect timing. Everything is working out for my highest good. Because it is, even though there will come a day when you look back at this moment and realize why the timing was so important. You'll see how every twist and turn led you to exactly where you needed to be. You'll understand that the waiting wasn't empty. It was full of becoming. Until then, breathe deeply, stay present, and trust. You are not lost, you are on your way. You are not stuck, you are being still for a reason. You are not forgotten, you are deeply loved and guided. So take one step, and then another. Let your life unfold without fear. Let your heart soften. Let time be your friend. Trust the timing of your life and watch how everything falls into place.